Hi, this is Franz Cantor, cartoonist, illustrator, toon talker, and I'm here with...
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
So what you dragged me in here for today for?
Well, we're going to do old...
Gustave Dore.
Yeah.
Dore. So, who is Gustave Dore, you might well ask?
Probably the most influential illustrator from the 19th, late 18th century.
So Gustave Dore would be French, and...
Oui.
And this book here came out, I think, in the 70s or 80s by Académie Saint-Martin, and I picked it up.
G. Dore,
Yeah.
G. Dore.
But Gustave Dore is famous for biblical paintings, and what else has he done? Biblical illustrations, and this series here, which is of
This is Don Quixote.
Don Quixote. Look at that. So these are, we'll have a close up into the face here. Now look at this detail here. These are what I think they're copper plates. They're etchings into metal, and they're beautifully described. Look at the swirls of the I guess you'd still call it pen, even though you're scratching into metal.
And these lines here are cloud.
Yeah. So this is how he does the clouds.
Yeah.
So he's got, to see these properly, you'd need to really blow them up. So, it's amazing work. This is incredible work. The amount of detail involved.
Why do you like it? What effect has he had on your...
Okay, well, I like them because they're very, very dramatic and staged, and they're they're like painting with light and shade. They're very chiaroscuro, very chiaroscuro-like, because they're paintings with light, but they're not paintings. They're not even ink drawings. They're etchings. So come up and see my etchings, folks. If anyone else here in the Edwardian era or the Victorian era, come up and see my etchings, and they showed you this stuff, run.
Well, I reckon his storytelling abilities are extraordinary.
Tell me about this. This was a series, this was a subject that was visited again by Vincent van Gogh.
Well, it was one of his favourite prints, which he painted. I think he painted a couple of times.
Newgate Exercise Yard.
Yeah, and it just walls, and
this is 1871.
Walking around in circles, yeah.
Powerful stuff. Look at the faces. Look at some of the expressions on there. Look at that. Look at how it's done. This is not pen and ink. It's related to pen and ink, but it's scratched into copper. Beautiful work. So, there are illustrations. They're very...
well, that's a very famous one about the overcrowding of London.
Yeah.
Because of the Industrial Revolution.
Look at that.
And how people were for the first time living in these things. See, here's the, you can see the train in the background.
Yeah.
Going across the top, just keep coming down.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
There's the train.
Yeah. So, how about that? That's something you don't see every day, do you?
So that's
like on the buses.
This is pre-photography.
Yeah.
And it's basically journalism.
It is.
But he illustrated some of the most fantastic books like Don Quixote and
the Bible.
Both
Christian and Jewish Bibles feature his illustration.
But this is London.
Yeah, this is London. This is not a great... but look at the detail in there. It's, oh my God. You can imagine that kind of looks like a Mad Magazine house party done by...
Well, it looks like something out of Pickwick Papers or something, doesn't it?
Well, and then a lot of those expressions and faces look very much like... is that mad artist, not Paul Coker Jr., the Al Jaffe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what relevancy has this got to do with cartooning?
Well, there's storytelling. So cartoons use visual metaphors and symbols and tropes and things to tell visual stories about, societal ups and downs and problems with, with graft and politics and And
up on the window.
that's too
Hang
close.
on.
Too close. It's
Sorry,
going to.
no, I'm pushing it towards you. And up on the window, there's a little girl checking
Yeah.
it down there.
So, amazing when you think about this
Well, this is
as not
this
being
is pre-cinema.
pen and ink.
This is pre-cinema and pre-photography.
Yeah, and they weren't printed very big either. The originals. They're quite detailed. So you would have used like a magnifying glass.
Well, I think he had a great imagination. He was a great storyteller.
Yeah.
And like here, people sleeping out rough under a bridge.
This is almost scraper board here. Look at that. Yeah.
People,
You see what I mean by the chiaroscuro?
yeah.
They're, drawings of light. This is one of my favorites. That's opium smoking, obviously.
And the light source comes
London.
from one.
Look at that. Look at the cross hatching in there.
But the light source
And the
comes from
beautiful-
one candle.
Yeah. Which is a hallmark of chiaroscuro.
Yeah.
Caravaggio and is it Caravaggio did chiaroscuro? Yeah.
He did, yes.
Yeah. So the illuminated scene, the
When he
light
wasn't
source
killing,
is
when
not
he wasn't
visible.
killing people, he was doing
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I think he only killed one.
Only one. Disappointed.
Yeah. So beautiful expression on that. Powerful stuff. As I said, these are quite detailed, and you need to really blow them up in order to appreciate them properly. The details involved, the detail in here is incredible. Incredible work. Magnificent.
See all the people on the boats.
Yeah, I'd love to see an exhibition of this where they're blown up wall size so you can really get a handle on what this man was all about, the genius of this
Well, you
guy,
see,
Gustave
this
Dore.
was the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, so it was a nightmare.
And so
alley
other
for
countries
them.
didn't have this, so he went there and sort of showed all this how it changed their lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah,
And
so,
I mean, that previous picture was the underground.
yeah,
Where is it? There's the
Yeah.
underground.
yeah, way out. And of course, there's no way out.
Wait here
Beautiful
for third class.
Beautiful stuff. Okay, so then more London pictures,
I think a lot of filmmakers.
incredibly moody and
I think a lot of filmmakers have
atmospheric.
used his stuff as reference to start stories and stuff. Like that,
Well,
that previous picture
it's
here. for
French,
instance.
but he explains the London fog and
Yeah.
Bedlam and a lot of concepts that were used in horror films
Yeah.
and
Gothic.
Gothic, yeah. So it's very interesting. His other work is comedic stuff, which were, Gargantua and Pantagruel, which are fun. They're a lot simpler. You can see the illustrations here. A lot of the faces, which kind of look more like Arcimboldo.
Just concentrate on that old face there.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. Only the face. Only a mother would love that.
Yeah. That's an interesting drawing because all the
That
different
mouth.
faces and the way
Like a
they're
cut.
done.
It's like a slash.
Yeah.
So, very gothic, a lot of fantasy and things, but strange fantasy. Look at this kid playing with cows. Faces. So, this was a lot of the. This was a famous book at the time.
I think
What was
Arthur
that?
Rackham and people like that would have been really influenced.
Very much, very much. I'm going to pass through these and go into the Coleridge here. This is the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. And when you read the Rime of the Ancient Mariner and you see these illustrations, they become inseparable. You can't.
Just go up to the ship.
The ship?
No, hang over here.
Over
and
here?
Just see there, just up there. See?
Yeah,
Is it like a devil figure, isn't
yeah,
it? So it's cursed. It's like a ghost ship.
yeah.
Like a ghost ship.
So Samuel Taylor Coleridge, who wrote Rime of the Ancient Mariner, he did this.
Got the
These
skull,
were
the skull.
these accompanied the poem, and they would have been very, very powerful. This is Tennyson, The Idylls of the King, 1868, so it's right into the Pre-Raphaelite era. Beautiful, dramatic. Let's go to the castle. Look at that. So, to do atmosphere in black and white, very difficult.
Also trying to show colour, as well.
Even more difficult. But to do atmosphere like this, and it's copper plate, is a complete and utter nightmare. So this stuff is the work of a genius, absolute genius.
He did spot illos for magazines, which were very simplified and funny.
Yep.
He was a cartoonist.
Yep.
And there's this
Paradise Lost, Milton. Yeah. This is famous from Dante's Inferno.
I wonder if he'd seen Turner at all.
Could be.
Turner did it
It's
too.
a famous.
That's very Turnerish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially like.
Or
the
even
toes
William
and stuff.
Blake.
Oh, sorry, William Blake is what I'm. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, William Blake.
Yeah. So the grand architect, the giants. You're in the world of giants. Look at Satan, Lucifer, in Paradise Lost. In which the river sank and with it rose Satan.
That's the next page is a famous
Yeah.
vision of heaven and the angels all in a
You
vortex,
can imagine a
all
Dayglow
in a
poster of
vortex.
this in the 70s would have been fantastic, sitting on your wall.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Paradiso.
And go to the beginning, is that Jewish writing in the middle?
Where?
Is that Jewish writing?
Hebrew.
Just go,
No.
Is it Hebrew? What is it?
It's just the sun.
Just a few lines. I thought it was writing.
No.
Hebrew writing.
I'm sure he would have used Hebrew somewhere, but definitely not in this. Very spooky stuff, Dante's Inferno. This was my favourite of all of his work. This is called The Council Held by Rats, La Fontaine in Fables, 1867. There's the mouse
With the bell.
with the bell. They're talking about belling the cat. This is the council of the rats. Look at this.
We've got to do something about this character.
Look at the detail. Incredible. Incredible work. Yeah.
I think he's one of the
Fables.
great illustrators because he's actually telling more of the story
Yeah.
than so many people who followed him.
Yeah. La Fontaine Fables again. Beautiful work.
See
The
that?
inventiveness of this nightmare creatures.
Yeah. Who's
The gnarled monster.
yeah.
I can't pronounce it, like Crocomataine or something. Thomas Wood Fairy Realm.
Check out
Puss
the
in
belt.
Boots.
Yeah, check
There you
out
go.
the belt. He's got his utility belt
With
Oh,
rats
he's-
and mice hanging
yeah.
off it.
Yeah.
Little bird skull necklace. The story of Puss in Boots.
Move
Look
it
at
for
the
close
tree.
up on the neck.
On the neck. The bird skull necklace.
Yeah.
The manic look of the cat. His charge, who he made jump into the river naked and then cried out, "My master has been robbed, he's lost his clothes."
Nifty boots.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful work. Baron Munchausen.
Perfect for his
Yeah,
his ability.
yeah. These were very, very.
You can imagine the kids at the time
Iconic.
wanting to look at the pictures, the people reading the story, and they just wanted to look at the pictures. And then,
But in their books, they'd be very, very small.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to zoom in.
but you can imagine how the kids looked at the whole pictures when the parents were around, and they just looked and they sort of
Yeah, but there's
because
a
they
story.
were too young to read.
Yeah.
And they could get so much of the story out of it.
Yeah, you just by the illustrations.
Yeah.
So you don't need to read the story. You just watch the illustrations and you infer the story. That's the power of his storytelling method. the illustrations told such a rich tale, you know? Such a rich vocabulary, visual vocabulary. Look at that. Look at the rocks and the birds and the detail in him, his upturned head.
Yeah,
Magnificent
I think that's Don Quixote when he's actually preparing himself for knighthood.
Yeah.
He has to go without food and stuff.
So it's a beautiful book, but, you know, as I said...
And that's modern, quite modern,
yeah.
because it's so close up.
Yeah. So these are some of the Bible illustrations that many people would be familiar with. There's the end of the Ark's journey with the white dove. There's Noah's Ark with someone looking out the window.
Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai. Mount
Well, they'd landed on
Ararat.
Mount. Oh, sorry, yeah. And here is the... I had a different Bible here. And here are all the drowned people down the bottom.
Yeah, still there. Didn't wash it away. Didn't not eaten by fish. Interesting.
He was great on crowds.
Jesus walking on the sea. Look at that. It's very dramatic.
Look at the
Beautiful
What
there.
would you call that? Moira pattern?
Moray.
Moira pattern?
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Incredible.
He utilised that,
Yeah.
obviously. Would they have overlays?
No,
not really.
Not
big-
copper
no,
plate.
No. That's
Everything have to be precise and
Yeah.
worked out beforehand before you even touched it. This is Samson destroying the Philistines. And where's Samson? He would be there. He is. There's Samson.
You've got the jawbone. Yeah.
And there are all the
He's not
thousands
that
of
big.
Philistines.
He's not that big.
Look at the mountains. So there's a little bit of you would have done sketches of the Middle East to get that. There's Samson pulling apart the pillars. Let's get right up close. Look at that. The contours sculpted out with those beautiful horizontal
Get your
lines
knee
across
into
his
it,
body.
mate. Get your knee into it.
Yeah, dramatic.
So he illustrated some incredible pieces like, Dante's Inferno, Paradise Lost,
Yep.
and
A lot of fairy
Munchausen.
tales.
Well, there's an enchanted wood for you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
look at that.
Look at the atmosphere in that picture.
Yeah, but I'll show you something really magnificent in a sec. Look at the tree, the textures on the tree. Just that shot there,
But look
magnificent.
at the size of the trees.
Yeah,
Just
Look.
go on and on.
bang. Now look at the grass. Look, go right up close. Look at that. It's cut. It's magnificently cut. Remember the black lines here are cut into the copper, so the white lines are left out. So imagine the precision. You can't, it's very difficult. If you make a mistake, it's very difficult to fix.
See the hand on the... See the hand? It
Coming
looks-
through the
looks like a
bushes.
hand. Yeah.
Poems, yeah.
Well, it's not a hand, it's a tree, but it looks like a hand.
There's a lot of figures coming out of the woods.
Yeah.
Beautiful snake and the little frogs. I mean, you could basically crop in on any of these parts of the painting, of the illustration, and be mesmerized by the detail.
Well, the use of giants and all these incredible characters,
Yeah,
just... There would have been people at the time also illustrating it,
again.
but not as
Wolf
him.
in sheep's
He obviously stood out,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, these stuff
Monkey
is
and the
still great.
dolphin.
They're still great today.
when you say fables, La Fontaine fables, is that based on Aesop's stories?
Yeah, well, Aesop also told, they were political satires, and Fontaine's were as well.
Yeah.
But it's like Gulliver Travels. We've lost. We don't know who he was talking about.
Yeah.
See, this is.
Paradiso,
This is.
Dante Alighieri.
It's
Milton
getting
Paradise
into.
Lost.
Art
Adam
like
and
that
Eve.
had never been done, had it?
No, not like this. And you really need to, at the time, I think they would have had to issue these Bibles with magnifying glasses.
Well, they were
that you
printed
could
big.
get
I've seen some of them.
Oh, are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were big.
So these were.
They were bigger than this, a little bit bigger than this.
These would have to be huge.
Yeah, look
prints.
at the weight they had to carry in hell. Ooh, that's terrific, isn't it? How the body's just hanging. All these incredible.
Yeah, and the horizontal lines, the white lines there, which are made up of the diagonal lines of the rays of the sun are made up of horizontal lines.
Against the
To cut out the negative shape of the rays. So it's an incredible amount of detail. And overall, the drama of light and shade is working magnificently.
Look at this and the reflections
Such a
on
subtle
the landscape.
Yeah, it's so subtle overall, but when you go in, you start to appreciate the amount of work involved in getting the flood ripples, the flow of water. So, vision of death from the Bible.
Snorting horses.
Yeah. The plague of darkness. These are all different. The end of time, I think. And that's it. This is That's what is that? That's
I don't think that's
Baron
him.
Munchausen.
Yeah, looks like him.
Yeah. So, Gustave Dore, good stuff. And
A great
check it out.
storyteller. A great storyteller.
But definitely, find your favourite Gustave Dore and blow it up and put it up on your wall and study it and enjoy. All right, this is Franz Cantor and
Jim Bridges saying, see you next time.
sayonara.
Bye-bye.